hegemony of the institution of the judiciary under Section 6, Sections 230 to 304 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where you are not in consonance with the court order. The best thing for you to do is to go and to, first of all, to implement the order. Secondly, you go and challenge or vacate the court order. That is the thing you should do in decorum, not refusal to respect the court order. Now, in flagrant refusal to respect the court order, a notice of 48 hours ejection was given to the emirs that they should leave the palaces within a period of 48 hours, which is a misnomer. Because you are entitled, the emirs are entitled to be informed what are the articles of their offense first to merit that they should evict themselves within 48 hours. They have not been informed up to this moment what are the articles of their offense. They have not been informed. And apart from that, they have the sanctity of fundamental rights to be guaranteed by the citizens, by the government for them. Under Section 33, 34, 35, up to Sections 44 of the Constitution, they have unavailance of fundamental rights. Therefore, there is Section 34 that talks about the respect to human dignity. They ought to be given the respect and dignity within a leverage of reasonable time within which they should be able to package their things and get out of the monarch houses. But notwithstanding, His Excellency the Governor decided to consult, that was the word used, the kingmakers, instead of allowing the kingmakers to do their exercise by selecting 3 candidates that will be presented before His Excellency the Governor, out of which the Governor has the leverage to decide on one he will pick. But the Governor decided to consult them in so-called reinstatement of Sanusi, Sanusi, which makes the whole thing is unicentral to a particular person. And unicentral to a particular person is contrary to Sections 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 23, and 24 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that talks about the impossibility of you to, derogate some other people in favor of another person in the context of the management of affairs in Nigeria. And immediately that one was done, without even giving His Excellency, His Highness Sanusi Lamid or the staff of office, you now direct that he should quickly go and start performing practices as the monarch, and at the same time simultaneously issuing order of arrest to His Highness the Emir of Kano, Bayero. Now, it is in that context, Bayero now requested for protection of the fundamental rights, for self-protection, for self-defense, and for giving him the adequacy of security, which under Section 14, subsection 2, security is the most primary responsibility of the government. And under Section 214 to 218, security is what should be guaranteed to the citizens, and the President and Commander-in-Chief under Section 130 of the Constitution, and under Section 153, and under Section 214 to 218, has the responsibility to restore law and order. Therefore,
let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
Let's breathe. Somebody said, when it gets to their turn, you go no say then sabi law. You don't understand. They sabi law very, very well. That is why they were able to argue that Sharia, which is their own Islamic law, is not against the Constitution of Nigeria, and they won. And that's why you have Sharia there. Sharia wasn't like something they demanded, though. They pushed in a way that they always get whatever they wanted if they put in, right? But this one had their own wahala. So that guy who is, let us brief on this section, subsection 207, shut up, man. So all of that is just going to kind of, in a lawless country, all that will not matter. It not go matter. You get that, eh? Say all this your fine face, all this fine face, fine body, all this your money. They not go matter forever, no. They know they count forever. Right? All this grammar, this law, and of these things. They know they count for anything in a lawless country. You are just, why would you even go and study law in a lawless country? In the first place, who studied law, who go on to go and become a lawyer in a lawless country that has no law that they obey? The irony. Anyway, that's from them in Kano. Okay, so we'll continue to monitor the development from Kano. Now, if we decide to go to Borno, let me show you something from the northeast of Nigeria. Okay, and see the leaders of tomorrow, how they are being educated for that tomorrow. And you will tell me, what kind of leader do you think will come out of here in another few years?
This is a primary school and even a junior secondary school in one of the states in northeast Nigeria. Okay, it may interest you to know that this is the GS1 class. Am I right? Yes. This is GS1 class, and then this is what? Primary what? This is primary 4 and 5. Please come close. Let us see the building. Let us see the board. This is primary 4 and 5. And then we will go to the other classes. Please let us see the building. This is what they have as building. And then we have primary 3 and 4 here. This is primary 3 and 4. We have the primary 1 here, or the KG. And then there we have primary what here? Primary 1 is here. And KG. Okay? And then it may interest you to know that this is a school that is under the state government. Like I said, it's one of the states in northeast Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the state, so that the state will not see us as putting them in bad light. We are calling on well-meaning Nigerians to support these children. It may also interest you to know that the children in this community are up to 250. So there are 250 children of school-going age in this community, but this is their primary school. This is the school. This is where they take, their teaching. And then one surprising thing is that there is only one teacher in this school. Only one teacher. He's the only one that goes around to teach all the children. He teaches GS1. He teaches primary 1 up to 6. Just one teacher. And the teacher is under the employment of the state government. We are calling on well-meaning Nigerians to support Action in Nigeria community sponsorship program, to partner with us and get a formidable school in this school. You can come to Action in Nigeria in our Abuja office, contact us, and then we will tell you how you can get here and then support us to build a school for the children. Now you can see part of what we provided for the children is this bag, which we use in supporting the children in the school. So you can do more by partnering with Action in Nigeria to get a formidable building for these children. It is not about the state, but about the education of these innocent children, who are deprived of the basic necessity of life, which one of them is education. Thank you.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country.
It's unfortunate, bro. And you see me, when I show you, the reason why I actually brought you that video is just to give you. You see, every time we talk about the out-of-school children. Now, imagine that video you just saw there. They said about 250 children in that small community. But that's not small, 250 children. Those children will be miseducated or never educated at all. Eventually, now picture that and picture in that regard, okay, just picture that in every local government area in Nigeria, and then you have an idea, the pandemic of out-of-school children that they talk about. They are just not providing anything for them at all when it comes to education, you know. Like for real. But they will tell you, they are the leaders of tomorrow. Now, those they said they were the leaders of tomorrow are today's terrorists who are now terrorizing every one of us, kidnapping us, killing us. So imagine the danger that is lurking ahead of Nigeria. Those children will need to grow up. Majority of them will grow up without the real empowerment, no education. See the effort? They were making effort to actually have education. But the criminal politicians in Nigeria would rather use their money to buy themselves properties abroad, marry several wives, buy themselves the latest automobile. Where is Yeye Bello now? Gone into the thing here. Do you know that they have killed the remaining 2 captives? Remember when the terrorists invaded Confluence University of Kogi? Remember, Okene? I think it's Okene in Kogi. They went in, they took some of these school children, these students, university students, studying for their own exams. Then their family members started paying ransoms. Only 2 couldn't pay. They killed them 2 days ago, dumped the bodies in the bush, and told their family to go collect the bodies. Now, there is no news in Nigeria that makes that like, wow, they killed them. Yes, they did. Others who could pay the ransom paid, and their children were released. Those 2 were so not lucky. And it is the same story, even in Anambra. Listen to this lawyer.
He resisted them, and they broke his head. Because lawyers can no longer move freely and do their business. On the 11th of May, at Abagana, by 8 p.m., around 8 p.m., the Secretary of Idemili branch, Barrister Chukwubikem J.S. Azoro, was kidnapped. Your Excellency, as we are speaking, he is still at the mercy of his captors. Your Excellency, on Sunday, the 19th day of May, 2024, at Okeja, around 8 p.m., my own vice chairman, who is a principal state counsel, Barrister Awa Piawa, was murdered in cold blood. Last week, Wednesday, we also got information that Reverend Father Buzuo was kidnapped in the morning around 8 a.m. around Obosi Mpo Road. The last count we had in Ihiala is that between the months of December 2023 and April 2024, about 60 souls were lost in Ihiala as a result of cult-related war. These are human beings. Every life is sacred. No life is more important than the other. These are future leaders of the state, but we are losing them in their hundreds. Your Excellency, we say we can no longer keep quiet while all these heinous and violent crimes are going on in the state. Initially, we thought that crime was limited to a particular locality, but now it has gone across the entire Anambra state, including Awka, the capital city of Anambra state. Initially, we thought that crime was limited to time. If you go to Commissioner of Police office, he will tell you, don't walk in the night. Go back to your house before 6 p.m. Is that the kind of state we want? No. Now, Father Buzo was kidnapped in the morning. So crime is no longer limited to time in the state. The feeling we have is that there is a total collapse of security in the state. That
Lawyers that protested to Soludom's office to register their displeasure over the increasing insecurity in Anambra. And we are talking about kidnappings for ransom. And when the ransoms are not paid, the victims are slaughtered. There is also the crisis of cultism. Baba, I saw a picture yesterday somewhere, in Ogun State. Is it called Magboro Abi Oworo? I can't remember. About the cut off a young man's head, Sheung. His name is Sheung. And he's just an Okada rider, but he's a cultist. They having court war. They cut off his head and they put his head on a bridge. Head on the bridge for everybody to see. Yesterday, I have seen court clashes all over Nigeria where young people slaughter themselves, right? To count scores. When they tell you between the Eye and Ake, the score is now 5-2. So they are talking about human beings, human lives they have wasted over. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people will never forgive Shoyinka, that useless old man. Who brought this confraternity, this cultism that later went out of hand. It has gone out of hand. In Anambra, just like anywhere else, in Nigeria, the war of cultists continue to claim so many lives. I won't say innocent, so to say, all these things are preventable. So they went on to go and present that to Solo Dumb. I hope Solo Dumb will see this video too, where the Fulani, terrorist continues to destroy farms even to this day.
Unu n'anya kita, unu ya afuna ndị ọlụ anyị ha kọchago nkita ata ngwa nezie n'anya ka unu fụzie efi na n'anya n'Imo ka unu fụ efi unu afụ efi niile ju ebe a kita ọ na-emebili ndị mmadụ ife n'Imo unu nwa ka anyị na-agwa efi niile ajụ ebe a kita ọ na-emebili ndị mmadụ ihe n'ugbo na n'anya o efi ndị Fulani ọnya dịsi ihe niile na n'anya ọ na-emebili ndị mmadụ ihe everywhere ihe niile akọ na n'Imo ọ na-emebisi ya na kunu fia now ụmụaka ada n'ife na-efe ebe a so na olugo na apani hancha niile hapụ na n'Imo anyị achọzifa na be anyị na kunu fo efi ju ihe niile unu afụgo ya olugbo niile ndị mmadụ kọ ha na-emebisi ya na ka ha na-amụ ya mana nsogbu adịrọ ọ n'Imo ekwuzi nke eme kịta ha hapụ hancha niile akwani ebe ndị yutu na-akọ ọlụ ka ha bịa kịta wee chile efi na-agagharị unu n'anya kịta.
Let me tell you something. I will not be surprised if those cows are owned by Igbo politicians. In Yoruba land, we have some of this elite of Yoruba, Obas, politicians, who have brought in. This is like a bit of different from the real terrorists, though, okay? You see those ones that are mostly bold that way, despite all the news flying around. ESN, they never want to set their eyes on any cows or Fulanis in the eastern Nigeria. But why do you think some of them still have so much confidence to move cows around in Igbo land? Because they are not the owners. The criminal politicians who have been playing hide and seek with this issue, behind the scene, they contributed to the destruction that emboldened, okay, this Fulani terrorist. And that's why they look at all of us sometimes and be like, to the point that some of the AK-47 were even bought by these politicians and gave to this Fulani terrorists in their different domains. In Ijebu, I don't know if there's anybody that has more cows than Awujale of Ijebu land right now. I don't think so. I don't think there is anybody. There are other people who have cows, though. We have it on a very good authority. How these people went on to as far as Niger Republic to go and bring Fulanis, and they told them, I want you to be moving my cows everywhere. I just thought I should add that. Because you see the terrorists that are coming to kidnap and kill our people, they no longer come with cows. But you see those ones that are bold enough to destroy your farms and all that, the reason why they will not go anywhere is because most of the cows are owned by your criminal politicians. I don't know how hard that's going to be for you to take, but it is true. And that is why they have all been acting as if to say they are so stupid, confused on how to end this barbaric behavior. because they are very much in on it. I remember when I was still in Nigeria, we used to have a chat and they would say, oh, we are waiting for them to bring cows from the north. Then some of us started feeling like, okay, we could go to that north and actually become a cow dealers. So some of my friends put money together and they went to Maiduguri to go and buy cows, to go and buy, rams to be sold in Lagos and Ijebu. It's so profitable. It's so this, it's so that. These were the good old days when you don't have to worry of being kidnapped for trying to enter different villages and communities in northern Nigeria looking for cows, goats, and all you can buy. Then some of them started meeting the idea, oh, if I have so much money, I could buy like 100 cows or 200. I will just go to Nigeria Republic and look for one Fulani and bring him to Nigeria. And I will ask him to be, grass is everywhere. You can move them everywhere. I remember how that started. The last time I went back to Nigeria in 2018, I could see how worse it has become. And then our people left in the cold. And that is why they will continue to tell you that when you talk about the Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping our people, and those we knew as Fulanis in Yoruba land in the olden days were those who came with their cows, not those who came with guns, AK-47. Then we realized that the saboteurs are those who are living within us. That even if we agree that we need to get rid of them, they went behind us and ensured that nobody will get rid of them easily that way. But you know how they are going to go. I told you this before and I will say it again. The day you and I understand that our number one enemies, especially if you are from Igbo land, your number one enemy are the Igbo politicians and Igbo elites. All of them, the Igbo elite, Igbo rich, Igbo this or that, they are those who are against Biafra first. That Biafra is going to stand there, it's never going to be an issue for a Yoruba man or a Hausa man. I promise you. Once the Biafran says they are leaving, Hausa man can't stop them. Fulani can't stop them. Yoruba can't stop them. The moment that cohesion comes forward and say, oh, we want it now, they will get it. But if you pay attention very well, those who have ensured that those asking for the referendum or the self-determination from every part of Nigeria are dealt with by their own people. We, the Yorubas, when they signed the death warrant of Igbo, it was concluded that there's something bigger than what Igbo is asking for, and it is for Tifnubu to be president. That's bigger than Yoruba nation. That's the belief. And if Igbo is going to be a problem, get rid of him. They actually approved that he should be killed. Guess those who said he should be killed. It's not Bokwari. It is not the Fulani, even though they would love to see him killed. But those who actually wanted him killed are no other than the Bodilon criminals who are now in power. You understand? So the point here is this. If all of us look within and begin to disarm these rogues from our different parts, you see those they call friends who tell them, who they are sure that don't worry, Igbos are not going anywhere. Yorubas are not going. Don't listen to them. We are here. It's because they are those who are actually speaking for us, representing us. We have to get rid of them. A time is coming that we will actually have to get rid of them. And then you get the pro-Yorubas. The pro-Yorubas to man the affairs of the Yorubas. And if the Fulani and the rest of all those in Nigeria want to talk to us, they will have to speak to these pro-Yorubas who are now going to actually tell them, if you want us to still be part of this contraption, here are our conditions. Tifnubu and gang will never let that happen. You know that? Anyway, let's move it a bit forward. So the point there is that once all of us are so ready, and then we can be able to round up all these rogues who have been sabotaging, compromising our people, and indeed enabling terrorists to continue to gain ground in our region to the detriment of our own people. Our farms are almost gone now. People don't want to go to farms anymore. Like, you don't have money to farm, then you manage to get take a loan, and they get it destroyed. Or you could even get killed on your farm if you resist them. So what's the point? Now our people are resorting to begging to survive. We could grow our own food, but we have become so poor that we are just waiting to be handed a handout. That's not us. And those who made that happen, starting with Tifnumbu and his gang, these are people who don't represent the Yorubas ever. It's unfortunate. I hope that we will all get our bearing right and we can overthrow some of these bastards who are saying they are representing us while they watch us being destroyed. As long as